I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I am Ken, or Kendra, whichever one you prefer to call me. Either or is perfectly fine with me. If you guys are new here, or if you're not new here and you've seen me before and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Click that bell right next to it so that you'll be notified every time I make a new upload. So yeah, now we got that out the way. This video is long overdue. Like, this is something that I should have been done a long time ago. Since I've been creating YouTube videos, which has been for like 5 years, going on 5 years in November, which it don't feel like it because I haven't been consistent at all, not even a little bit. But since I have been creating videos on and off for 5 years on YouTube, I feel like that ever since that first video that I have created, after that first video, I've been doing everything I could to grow this channel on and off. And like I said, I haven't been doing it to the best of my ability in the way that I know I should have been as far as consistency goes. But when I did upload, I always uploaded what I thought you guys needed to see, or whatever was popular at the moment, or whatever the case may be, whatever was going on with the youth in the YouTube world. I tried to keep up with it, and it just wasn't working for me, and it's not working for me, and it's still not working for me. And the more I really, like, the older I get, and the more I really like comes to grips with myself and who I am, and just figuring more out about myself as the days go on. I realized, like, okay, if YouTube is something that you want to do in influencing people and just being this mouthpiece to help uplift people and other women, younger girls, if this is something that you want to do, whether it is on YouTube or Instagram or whatever the case is, whatever platform it's on, you have to change the way you're doing it. Like, be as authentic as you possibly can. And not saying that what I was putting out was fake. It's just, it wasn't what I should have been putting out, what I know I should have been putting out. For a very long time, I struggled with wanting to please everybody around me and just wanting to fit in. I felt like for a very, very long time that I was living in this, like, I was living in this invisible shell, like this invisible bubble, just struggling, really struggling with who I am, knowing who I was and my potential, and just me as a person. Like, I feel like that everything that I've been through from my childhood growing up has really, like, of course we know, of course you hear, I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, that everything you've been through is not for no reason. It has a reason behind it. I just feel like that I have allowed myself to be drowned by it for so long, opposed to my story being my step stool to my greatness, to the Kendra, that's the abundant Kendra. I'm trying to find the right word for it, but usually the more hell you go through, the bigger the blessing, the bigger the outcome. And a lot of people don't realize that, like, over the course of years, we sit and we allow ourselves to drown in our problems and become depressed, and anxiety kick in, or whatever you may deal with. But for me, I've been battling and struggling with feeling depressed for a very long time, and I have really learned, it's like literally an art. I have learned to mask it and, like, push it under the rug for a little bit, and then something always comes up and, like, pulls it back out and remind me, or just throwing a band-aid over it and just keeping going on about my day. And just, I can walk outside or talk to somebody, and you would never really know what I'm really going through inside, like personally, you wouldn't know what I be going through. I'm not gonna get too deep into everything, but my whole life, but when it comes to details, but I feel like that it just needs to be heard, like that you're not alone, and that it's other women out here that goes through things or going through something similar, or maybe even worse. Like growing up, my parents were amazing. They are amazing. They gave me an amazing life. So don't take what I'm saying and think that I just was in this household that was in shambles. But my parents did the best that they could at their job. I had a great childhood growing up. But being from being molested at a young age, around 6 or 7, and that situation by itself was just crazy because of the way it was done, and you know, just by who. It just was a lot. And then getting older, that's when I first fell into the shell of being invisible. Like I felt like nobody seen me, nobody cared, nobody understood. Like you would have to really know the full story to see why I feel that way. But only people that I felt like was there was my parents. It just was hard. And then as I get older and I think back on certain things when it comes to that situation, it just make me, like I said, I'm not gonna get into detail, but that was the first moment in my life where I felt as if I was like invisible. Like I fell into this invisible shell. Like I felt like after it happened and it got broadcast, it was like everybody walked around like nothing happened. And it just was like, it literally felt like it didn't happen. Like that's how life went afterwards. Like it really was like it did not happen. And I feel like it wasn't really dealt with. So having to deal with that growing up, and then going into high school, my senior year, just always struggling within because of that. I mean, that's something that broke me at a very young age. It stripped so much confidence from me, and it stripped it low-key stripped my identity for a nice little bit. Like I was struggling with finding out who I was and my purpose, like on earth. Like just really who am I? Like it really stripped my identity and stripped confidence away from me at a very young age. So growing up into high school, my senior year, is when I lost my hair. So if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I have alopecia. I have the worst form there is, where I have no body hair nowhere on my body. And it didn't start off that way. It started off with me just losing my hair on my head, and then like a couple years later, my brows left, my lashes left, the hair on my legs and all of those areas left. So that happened around, my hair first fell out around my senior year of high school, right before prom, and that was like devastating within itself. And that just literally took the rest of the little confidence that I did have. Now, if you guys could have known me, y'all would be like, you wouldn't possibly go through none of this stuff. Like, because I really had the greatest cover-up phase of all times. Like, it has became to, it was almost where I started to trick myself that that girl that went through those things wasn't me. And it did nothing but really made it worse. So now that I'm 29 years of age and married, I've been married since 2013. Got 2 beautiful children, and I'm now like at the point to where I really can't continue to go on through life with feeling the way that I'm feeling, and without really dealing with it at its core, at the root. Like dealing with it and getting over that, because I have realized that that has been the reason for me still being in the same position that I have been in for years. Just holding on to old hate, holding on to old hurt, past hurt, holding on to what if, what could have been, or why me, like holding on to all that stuff and allowing myself to just sit in this pity party that I have created for myself every single day. It's not gonna work. And I always said growing up, I'm gonna be the one that get older and become wealthy, and I'm gonna be the one that's different, and just have this abundantful life, just and was gonna make it. Y'all was gonna see me on a billboard. I always just been an extra kid that be like, I'm gonna be the one y'all see on TV or on a billboard and stuff like that. And I had to get, it took me to get all the way to 29 years old to realize, like, girl, that is never gonna happen if you don't pull yourself out of this funk. Like, so now I have decided to go on this self-love journey. That's what I'm gonna call it. I've had plenty nights where I felt like God was trying his hardest to get to me plenty times in my life, but like just recently, this past week, like the night before last, no, 3 nights ago, 3 nights ago, I felt like, y'all, I literally did not sleep, and he was not giving up. He was not gonna stop. Like, usually I could take a melatonin or some type of sleep aid to like block it out, but he wasn't going. And mainly probably because I've been praying so hard and for so long. And he like, girl, you praying and you're acting like that you have this feeling as if I haven't been here, or I'm not here, you alone, when I've been here in this same spot all alone. I'm waiting on you. Like, clearly that's exactly what he told me, as clear as day. As clear as day. Like, it's not like I don't know better. I was raised in church. Both my parents are ordained pastors. Like, I'm a church girl, so it's not like I don't know these things. It's just that when you get so caught up in your mess and you allow yourself to fall into this little slump, this little deep little hole, and you get comfortable there, and that becomes your comfortability, your safe zone, your safe haven. Nothing else feels right. And I'm 29 years old, and I just imagine how long I've been going through this in my head, this mental party, this mental struggle that I've been putting myself through for so long. So it's pretty comfortable to me. So to pull myself out of those negative areas in my life into something more positive is so uncomfortable. And I'm constantly praying and praying and praying, and constantly feeling like that I was left alone and God didn't care. And I try my hardest to be the brightest, shine the brightest light possible on others. I love people. Like I said, I struggle with being a people's pleaser. I struggle with being a yes man. Just constantly, just always seeking to make somebody else happy and really forgetting about myself. Like, I would give you the shirt off my back if you needed it. You didn't even have to ask me, and I seen the need. I don't have to know you. It's just, I really strive every day to be an amazing person and be this light that other people may need, and forgetting about myself. Like, I'm constantly pouring and pouring and pouring when I really have nothing to pour out. Well, I really felt like I had nothing to pour out, but I was constantly pouring until now I really don't have nothing to pour out. And now people be like, you're so different, like, Kendra changing. It's not that I'm different, it's just that I'm depleted. Like, I really feel like it's just, I'm to the point to where he has made it to where I came to a point of no return. I cannot go back. I only can go forward. And that is something that I knew was coming, but it is something that's that I'm finding to be so difficult, because it's just different. But to say the least, yesterday started my first day on my spiritual journey, getting back closer to God, developing a relationship, and getting myself back to where I know I need to be, so that my story won't be in vain. Because I be damned if I went through all the hell that I've been through in my life to allow it to be in vain. Because our life is not our own. We don't live this life. Our problems we go through, we don't go through those problems for ourselves. It's for somebody else. And I'll be damned if I went through all of that for this voice to not be heard, for this story to not be heard, for it to not help somebody, for it to not bring somebody closer to God, for it to not pull somebody out of depression or pull them away from anxiety. It's gonna do something, because it's been one hell of a ride, and somebody gonna see it, somebody gonna hear it. So from this point on, every vlog from now on is going to have a little bit of self-love in there, self-care, just showing you guys what I do, what I'm doing for that day to promote self-love and self-care. And I've realized that this journey is something that it's a self-love journey. Is a never-ending journey, because you're constantly evolving. Things about you are constantly changing, and so to continue to love yourself, you have to continue to get to know yourself and those new things, and learning how to dish those old things away, and those old people and those old surroundings, and strive towards that new thing that's now a part of you. And it's never ending. It's never ending, and you shouldn't want it to end. You shouldn't want to be stagnant and want to be the same old person you've been since you was 6 years old. It's impossible. So yeah, that's the whole point of this video, which is to give you guys a little backstory about me and why I feel the urge to change the direction of my channel, and what you guys can be expected from me. Of course, vlogs aren't going nowhere, but in those vlogs, you can be expecting to hear some motivation and all that extra stuff. So if you're not the type of person that likes vlogs like that, where we are extremely positive and showing nothing but the raw of what I go through, then you can head to somebody else's channel, because I'm strictly here on this platform to show the light of God and to show what he has done for me, and allow y'all to see it and go on this journey with me, and go into this new season of my life. I'm allow y'all to go on it with me, so y'all can see everything, how God literally finna take little old me, Kendra, from here to here, like literally. I'm not going to get into detail on what we talked about, what the conversation was between me and God. Just know he is amazing. He is amazing, like literally he's amazing. Amazing. It's no other words to even put it, and that you're not alone. Just know that you're not alone. You're not alone. Like, even when you feel like you're alone, that's because the weight of what you're going through is overcrowding your mind, and it has stripped your peace away. He ain't left. He ain't left. He's right there, like literally right there. And so yeah, so now I'm focused on me and building myself and getting to where I know I need to be. And I'm going to take you guys with me, because who knows, somebody may need to see it. Somebody may want to join me on this self-love journey. If you do, go ahead and drop it in the comment section down below and let your girl know if you know that it's time for you to change, and you know that it's time for you to elevate yourself and develop that relationship back with God. If you don't believe in God, I'm so sorry for you. I am a strong believer in him, and I'm very unapologetic for it. Like very unapologetic. Like, I'm so sorry for you. So you can head on now. This may not be the big video for you, but if you are, go ahead and drop it in the comment section down below. If you're gonna go on this journey with me, and we can hold each other accountable, because it's real easy to slide back into those ways, those old ways, and get back in your little comfortable little spot of being negative. But we no longer are being negative on this channel, and we are always motivating, always uplifting, always pushing the next woman to do better, to feel better, to look better. And so yeah, that concludes what I wanted to come here and tell you guys. So yeah, just be looking out for this channel to get out a little different, a different ray of sunshine, just a different light. Not saying that it was negative at first, but it just wasn't what it should have been, because I just know for me. So yeah, as I embark on this new season in my life, we're getting closer to God, strengthening my faith, and yeah, learning to love myself and learn myself all over again at 29 years old. I felt it was needed to let you guys know, being that you guys will be watching it. And so yeah, do me a favor, tell somebody you love them today, and pray for somebody else besides yourself. And yeah, let's make this world a better place. And thank you guys so much for watching. This video has ended. I'm not going to drag it on no longer. If you haven't done it already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Join the family. It's such a wonderful family to be a part of. And hit the bell so that you'll be notified anytime I make a new upload. And yeah, just be on the lookout for a whole bunch of changing, because we finna change some stuff up around here. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye bye.